Yeah, finding a comfortable way to sit.
I need to. Well, I don't know how to sit on the floor. I don't know. Well, I can't put my knees on the ground. It's very.
There's a bunch of blankets.
No, I'm like really apparently.
Are there any extra circular cushions? Are we using this one?
You are, sir.
A blanket or something under your knees.
I love that. I love this. The floor. This makes me so happy.
So good.
This is perfect. And actually, I want to encourage you guys to sit on the floor. So this is really rad. For what we'll be doing today. Good.
So much Garfield out where you
So-
like work in stocks.
They might smell because they're really good.
So one of the most valuable lessons that I've learned from practicing meditation and specifically Buddhism has been the lesson of patience, and to observe things even when they are uncomfortable and have that pause before the reaction. And this is a really useful lesson, I think, both on the cushion and off the cushion. So recognizing discomfort, recognizing the impulse to fix and to assign positive or negative attribution to something rather than just letting it arise as it is. I think it's part of our, hardwiring to want to jump to conclusions or join factions or split off into little groups, us versus them, right versus wrong. But one of the most valuable teachings of this practice is non-duality, is kind of resting into the unknown, into that gray space. And even though it's scary and uncomfortable and even lonely at times, to be able to just breathe through it and get that, allow for more understanding and more nuance, because that's the thing when we jump to conclusions or when we join factions, we're robbing ourselves of nuance and of experiencing the full reality as it is. And so for this practice today, what I want to challenge you guys to do is throughout the practice, try not to move and recognize the impulse to adjust and the impulse to fix. Obviously, involuntary movements are fine. But that discomfort that arises, that slight sort of like, oh, I just want to move my shoulder, just see if you can sit through that and see if you can observe the want to fix and the want to adjust and the want to push things away. And see if you can cultivate that patience for just sitting through it. Obviously, any shooting pains, of course, you can adjust. But discomfort, let's just really turn towards it and look into it. Good. So finding a comfortable way to sit, a way that you can sustain for the next, 20 minutes or so. So really feeling your sit bones rooting down into the cushion. If you're on the floor, really feel your knees, the tops of your legs, releasing and relaxing. And imagining a string pulling the top of your head up towards the ceiling, creating length in the spine, hands resting either on the tops of the legs, folded gently in the lap, eyes open or closed. And we will begin now. Begin by noticing the sensation of breath in the body. Notice the gentle movement of the inhale and the exhale. Notice the rising and the falling of the abdomen and the chest, along with the inhale and the exhale. Allowing the thoughts to simply arise and pass away. If you find yourself getting caught up in the show of the mind, simply return to the sensation of the breath, the inhale and the exhale. This will root you in the present moment. Throughout this practice, attempt to remain aware of body posture. Become aware of the sensations that you may unconsciously be wanting to fix. See if you can catch yourself in that moment, right before fixing. Physical sensations are often linked with emotion and are often linked with thought. See if you can observe the physical sensations and even the emotions without clinging or creating a story. See if you can rest in the comfort or discomfort as it exists. If you find yourself getting lost in thoughts in the story, simply return to the sensation of the inhale and the exhale on the body. This will root you into the present moment as it exists. Attempting to remain aware of the physical posture. Noticing any sensations that arise without fixing, without adjusting, settling in to the experience of the moment. Becoming aware of the impulse to move, the impulse to adjust, to fix, to create stories around our experience. Turning towards that impulse, this too arises and passes away. Just watch it. If you find yourself getting carried away by the physical sensations or emotions, simply return to your breath, grounding down into the experience of being in your body in this moment. Discomfort is temporary. See if you can resist the temptation to react impulsively. Becoming aware of the want and just letting it go, watching it arise and dissipate. This practice of patience, of remaining equanimous even in the not knowing, even in full discomfort. This practice of not clinging to the comfort. Is all an embodied practice of non-duality. Allowing that space to exist in between stimulus and reaction. And settling in there. Being okay with not knowing. Thank you for your practice.